Alright, probably just going to do a normal run today in the interest of time. I realize we haven't really done any videos with like Railforge as a primary, so that could be a good one to do. And for secondary, we'll just go random. Been still grinding some Soul Saver here and there on my own. It is funny, like I basically ran it back right after that last video, same combo with Wildington, and of course I got Strangler, and it was just so easy. I did change also to Savagery Pyre for that one. I also did the spell damage one recently, also just knocked out the Luna and Stygian combo with that. We'll go random Pyreheart for this, of course. And yeah, we'll do half. My reasoning is Salvage is definitely in contender for becoming one of the strongest starter cards in the game. I think it's still pretty hard to beat Mix, but I mean, think about just the fact that you can get like Calcified Embers makes Salvage just so good, right? And even the Vengeful Shards, so definitely up there. Okay, I do like Welding to start with. Maybe Conductor Steward starting with it will finally be good. And Prismal Dust is really good. Heart of the Pact, you know, take it or leave it. Siphon Archeon, Damage Shield Kale, and a minion. Definitely Weaponsmith. I think Handy is not that good, unless you're... I don't really know. It's like, you have to get like a early like BT Blade or be with Banished or something. I don't know. You have to wait to like scale it still, right? Like I don't know about the additional equipment path, but Weaponsmith is always good. I think it's our best path. Lost Luggage. Trader's Krill is going to be proccing a lot. But Lost Luggage right from the get-go seems pretty good too. I think I'll stick with Lost Luggage. Mark of Invasion should be fine. This bus, we'll just have to go top. Oh yeah, we are Umbra secondary, right. Okay. Well, that's fine. We can just go Hef and Conductor, leave a room for some... Let's put you down first. We can get Morsels. The Rally will actually work with the Morsel as well, which is nice. And we have our ability if we need it. Well, we could do a Morsel or we could do this. Certainly Trader's Krill would have been nice here. Well, there's no world where we're killing all of them. Unless I want to do the ability. Which probably it makes sense to do here. We don't need both of these, so let's smelt one. I think I might actually just put this here. And I will smelt it. And let's put this here. Then hope for a Shade Splitter. And not get it. And on top of that, get the worst one possible because it kills itself. Okay. Fine. Put that there, and I'm going to save all of this Pyre health. So I can take 3 out here, and I can take the other waves out. I should be able to get through this without taking any Pyre health. You know, I'm curious. Let's see. If I don't... Because there's a collector, this should apply here, right? Either way, we'll... Oh, right, I have no space. Damn it. Well, this is the one punish for what I just did. Certainly I would have rather had 50 gold than 3 Pyre health. Maybe I should have played into the 1 out of 3 here. I don't know. It's like... Probably it definitely would have been better if I really thought about it. I was just so focused on like saving the Pyre damage, and then it's like, oh yeah, if I put another unit there, I can take all 3 of them out. But, of course, if the 1 out of 3 happens that Collector spawns top, then this is not so good of a play. Well, it is what it is. Let's see if Forge applies to this. It does. I think that's right, because you can turn it off if you want to. I think I like the fact that it can apply to a Morsel. I don't care about redrawing this, so let's just play that. Play that. this out of here. Get that out of there. Though, yeah, I think this, well, yeah, maybe I should have. I mean, this is going to die. This might cost me 2 fire health, that play that I just made. In fact, it almost certainly will, because I have no removal. Alright, whatever. I need to wisen up a little bit here. Could use this, though. Yeah, let's do that. That bails me out. Let's do that. Here I can forge to maybe get out of this. Well, not if that's what it gives me. I guess that was predictable. Well, let's see if we can do... Yeah, pretty close. 51. Needs 6 more. I guess we're redrawing, so I technically have to play these. Of course, we're redrawing stuff that does not interact at all with the floor right now. Yeah, it's just... whatever. Took definitely some damage I didn't have to. Magnetic Relay, early, or Renovator Spike Draver. Magnetic Relay would allow us to replay Conductor Seward's ability or Hef's ability, or trigger more rallies, so it's probably the best call here, honestly. I mean, Renovate's pretty good too, but it's not Soul Saver mode. We really only need Hef plus Conductor Steward plus a Weldling. And that should more or less be all we really need to beat the game. So I don't really need to fit more stuff on the floor. I think Magnetic Relay is just nice to take here. And Peril's probably not that good in this combo, honestly. I may just prefer some actual like card removal. I think I do. We still could run a second floor. Should go to the right, I think. Smidgestone to Endless, not good here. We could just take a Pyre Steward. It's just generally useful here. Sucks to reroll, doesn't really make sense here. Okay, just adding some damage shield here, I suppose. The only other thing we really want is multi-strike, I suppose. But damage shield's nice. Plus, if I'm going to replay the unit, I think I get the damage shield back. We can go ahead and add health there or on one of the Weldlings. I don't think I need it on a Weldling. I mean, they're going to get forged anyway. So, Pyre Steward just sits on his own floor right now, healing my Pyre. Honestly, I didn't add much power there. That wasn't that good of a thing. Do the same thing here. I don't even need this guy to fight necessarily. I'll just put him in the middle then to survive. It's like basically not much better than a Steward at damaging the enemy. We do also need to maybe think about adding some higher cost stuff, because right now Welding is the only good smelt target, but it's the target that like wants to get smelted. 2's gonna have to be good enough here. I forgot to do the rally in the right direction, by the way. That was so pointless. Do I feed these morsels to the middle steward or the bottom steward? I think the bottom steward. Give me 1 second, we'll be right back. Alright, yeah, I think it makes more sense to do this. We can put this here too. Just put it in front. Oops, oh my god, I'm not using my ability on the Pyre Steward. Dumbass, you know. Wait, why am I... oh my god, it uses your Ember, that's right. Well, we're probably fine, but, god, that kind of sucks, doesn't it? Without, yeah, that was not what I wanted to do that turn. Well, I should turn this Actually, no, we want it right now. Alright, we got them killed. Put you there in preparation for the boss. Good, I don't need shade splitters in this combo. This spikes bust, these damage shields are not necessarily all that good, but I can probably just put it there then. Might as well use the ability here. I guess it's not the end of the world. It might have actually made, if we're already winning, we made the correct call technically to use all of our pyre on that other thing. So I just want to make sure that this combo works as I expect it here. Yeah, look at that. Pretty powerful. We can do any manner of things there as well. I should have put that down first, of course, but I already knew he was dead. Alright, I think we got that's a good setup here. This would, by the way, be a combo where I might actually want Space Prism. Man, I do like all of these. I mean, it's like, sure, we can probably get by with just Conductor Steward and just a Weldling, but that definitely wants to find multi-strike in some form, I think, or trample, which is pretty likely in this combo, but not guaranteed, right? Whereas if I just take a Renovate, just simply having a second Welding on the floor and then also being able to play morsels on the floor does make things quite a lot better. As good as a Metallurgy is, it's less needed since I do have salvage, but it would be nice to have it. But right now, I mean, Boilerplate would... Calcified Ember is a positive, I would say, right now. But Boilerplate might be the weakest card here of these. Certainly would be okay. It obviously has synergy with Hef's Artificer, but maybe some anti-synergy with... I don't know, probably not that much anti-synergy, but right now, I don't know, I'm not forging that much, so it's not really... If I don't forge much, Boilerplate is only so-so. Whereas Renovate, I think, is the best thing here, because we can just fit more stuff on the floor. Obviously, we're taking an Ember upgrade almost certainly. Space Prism also in this combo makes pretty good sense. It kind of is just better than Renovate right now, actually. Of course, the lifesteal is worth considering, but yeah, whatever. So if I go to the right, it's kind of like multi-striker bust, but we could just get some basic stats on the Weldlings. If I go to the left, we could maybe get a room, which we don't currently have. We could maybe get a good equipment, which we also don't have, which would be good with Artificer. I almost kind of lean left here. Like, I really don't need another upgrade on Conductor Steward. I don't necessarily need upgrades on Weldling. So why am I going to the right for an Umbra unit? Shadow Eater would be good. That's about it. Because there can be some AoE problems, but yeah, certainly we want to make sure... the thing is, I kind of deal with AoE already with Conductor Steward, plus we got the Magnetic Relay, which helps. I got the Entumber Assault, which is okay. I think I actually have more upside and expected value going left here. Let's do that. Equalizing Rings is probably not that good. It never is, really, is it? I can't remember the last time I actually used this thing to any good effect. Assembly Room, though. Assembly Room could be interesting. I don't mind speculating on that. We don't need to buy it before the thing here, but let's keep our mind on that. Interesting. These are really bad because my only banner unit that I care about, or both my banner units, are ability based, so these are all ability replacements. I don't even think it lets me put them on them. So this is about the worst. I guess I could put one on a Weldling, but I don't even know at that point. Maybe it's the one-time benevolence kind of makes sense. Wrath could also make sense, but Wrath is just a worse version of what Conductor Steward's doing. It might still be okay to take, though. Benevolence is certainly maybe the call here. I don't know. I mainly don't have HP, though. It's like I have armor. So does a heal even matter? I feel like a Wrath is actually better. Then if it's a turn where I want to save the Conductor Steward's ability, but I just need a little extra damage, I can get that out of this. I think that's fine. In assembly room, I might as well do it. I'm gonna have a lot of armor on Hef. Or no, it's not going to be a Hef getting assembled, though. But it will be a Conductor Steward. Which also, maybe I need to start front-running with Conductor Steward. It technically has a damage shield, which allows it to survive. And then, at least then, it would be getting the armor from Weldling. And then I can start assembling a bunch of Conductor Stewards. That is actually just happening, right? I think I can probably deploy it preemptively, even though I can't afford it right now. But when I get my Ember upgrade, I will. So that's going to be pretty good. That's pretty much all I really need. Rerolling here doesn't make sense. I could remove some stuff, I guess. Like, I don't think we need Spear Steward because we do want to make sure these Weldlings get drawn sooner than later. For now, I'm just making one removal. Removals really aren't that important with Railforged. They're the least important of any clan, especially when you're running Smelt. Alright, we're going to put you down first, and eventually get that thing into play. Spread out the love here. Man, Railforged is so good. I can't believe that, like, there are, like, some, I don't know, I try not to get too caught up in it, but, like, I see some of the posts on, like, the Steam forums, and it's proof that they at some point they removed the Jester Award, and it's proof that clown farming was never a thing. I always knew it wasn't a thing. People were just dumb. Like, you know, doesn't matter if there's a Jester, or the award or whatever, yeah, they removed that, but people are still just making so many dumb posts. It's like, I don't know, like, I'm hesitant to make pretty definitive valuations on a lot of these cards a lot of the time. Maybe I do too much, but like I was even testing. Granted, I didn't test that much for the DLC compared to the base game, but I don't know. It's like people have the game for like a day, and they're like, "Oh, so and so is OP or so and so is useless," and I'm just like, that's just like a stupid way to even go about it, right? Like, you obviously have so much to. I still have a ton I'm learning about, especially like a lot of these clans, because there's so many interactions, and then extend that to Soul Savior mode, which is also where a lot of the complaints sometimes surface. And I'm like, you guys probably don't even know like 5% of like the way to navigate a run yet, and you're complaining about balance. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just kind of wild to me, like some of those posts, but whatever. I get too easily flustered by that type of stuff, admittedly. I think I just go Weldling here with the 2 Forge. And we'll do this here. Start that armory getting. I think I want to renovate for 1 maybe past that, so that way in case I do draw another Weldling, I do want it to go on the floor immediately. Yeah, I think that makes sense. I don't need to do my ability either. Save it for a wave. The only real punish here is if this happens, but I could actually just use it on Hef here, and I think I will. Unfortunately, we don't draw any. I also just don't need to play it necessarily. Because I think I should play it, though. This guy has Wrath. It does kind of suck, but we'll get this other guy some equipment at the very least. So let's do this. Get that ability back. Do that. Now at least they're both getting some attack here. And I can just heal this back with a Pyro Steward eventually. What was my tangent that I was talking about, though? I don't have the Ember to play this yet. I could technically if I get a Shade... Rubber Morsel. Sorry, not Shade Splitter. Rubber Morsel. That's right. Do I smelt this and just... Because these guys both got played. I could still get like a thing here. I mean, I don't know that this this fight needs assembly room. Probably just use it for a smelt. Turn that off. Put that in. Probably actually should have put in front. It would have survived both hits. And that should be good. I need to also like heal for 1 at some point here. Okay, let's get rid of these anyway. Get it onto the guy that has Wrath, I guess. So here it's like I could use this ability, but I might as well save it for the next turn, I think. Because we can see just doing this probably is good enough to kill them all, yeah. And you know, sure, he might get Magnetic Relay, but that doesn't matter too much. Either I would play it, and then I'd relay afterward. Okay, am I ever going to remember to use this thing? I guess this turn I can do it. Because I don't have much else to do. Doesn't mean I can't renovate, but we don't really need to renovate here. I can still probably try to protect him. Nah, he's going to die. Okay. So here we'll just use this. I think we'll eat this here. And I'll heal for 1 instead of renovating. There we go, perfect. Fire Steward found its worth. Alright, we got the Magnetic Relay. We could do that. Just to refresh it. It's not actually that important. Alright, we got the Forge off. How about we go... I don't really need to use it here, actually. So what I'll do this. These don't actually... I guess it's good here. We'll do it there. And then I'll just do, like, let's see, maybe like here is probably the safest thing to do. Yeah, this is all good. Do this. Look at that, man. Not too shabby. You know what? The moving him back and forth when he's in the front though is iffy because I do lose the armor, right? That is one thing to keep in mind. So. I'm just trying to think if I do actually want to frontline him. I guess for this fight I should not have frontlined him since I was going to magnetic relay him. But we got away with it, of course, because we're just super powerful. But when we switch to assembly room, I don't think I'll still have him frontlining because I do want another armor, but I won't be magnetic relaying the one on top, and that makes sense. I think. I don't think we have to. I can just magnetic relay the guys on the bottom, if anything. Kindle, Foundry Line, or Herzl Hammer. All good cards. Kindle would have... I mean, we're just getting an Ember upgrade, and Assembly Room just comes out at the start, so that's fine. I think I like the Herzl Hammer the most here, unless Foundry Line makes sense. Right now it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I think I like the Hammer. Plus we get a Calcified Ember, which is a bonus. Could get a proper tank. Don't really have the pip to like get it out on the floor though. And then we got 6 deployment ember, so it's like assembly room, and the conductor steward's already everything. I already have a pyre steward just sort of floating in the deck after that. So if I add these, they're just sort of floating there. But I suppose the forge steward would be okay because again, calcified ember is probably pretty good. Granted, we haven't added. We had the opportunity to add several smelt cards and we did not do it. Which I don't know. Maybe I need to really be thinking about getting smelt cards. But I would say with the adding another calcified ember and the forge steward, we may not be smelting enough for that to make sense. You know, keep in mind these things that I add. They are delaying me from getting to welding, which is a problem. So I think we skip them. Still do want to get that assembly room out at the start. Even if I don't get it out at the start, I can at least play everything out, and then I can still play the assembly room when I draw it. But I'm pretty sure we want to actually use it at the start most times. Consumer move here is definitely good. And then just -2 it. That might even be the holdover target now. Or not holdover, but holdover we could just do magnetic relay, honestly. Why not? I'll even re-roll for the Ember upgrade here for sure. With that's super good. Okay. And then we'll Hellvent. Still am going to Hellvent this, I think. But yeah, could Hellvent to welding eventually. Still just do full weaponsmith. There's really no reason to pivot out. -1 per turn. That doesn't mean I can't get assembly room out. Do we need money coming up? Not really. I'm just going to go to the right to get my free removals, and then alcove and magic, take it or leave it with a magic. And then the other side, there's like nothing. Herzl Horde, I guess, is good, but the arms is bad. Railforged Banner is probably bad. So we really don't need to reach for this. I feel like this is potentially reaching to not, I feel like a lot of my power right now is in the assembly room. Of course, if I think I can get through this fight without it. Problem is, we really are a top floor setup no matter what, even if we use the assembly room or not. And we don't have much necessarily front-loaded damage, which that's something we do need to keep in mind. But yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is this boss and this troop really do punish you for not going bottom, so I think we can't do this. But even then, I think we set up mid, I guess, I would say. And we do get that assembly room going. Alright, we got the welding at the start, which is really good. Smelt one of these. Man, we really do need to add more smelt, though, because it's our only way to get forge right now. Maybe I should have added that forge steward, I don't know. Do I wait or do it now? I feel like I should do it now. I'll do it now and then I'll rally this guy, I guess. And then we can do this. Might as well put this damage in right now. We'll do this. Then we can do this here. This one we just need the welding to hit and then we're good. Let's do this. That way we get more damage shield on the next proc of this. get another one of these in. So I get rally here. If I really wanted to, I could technically play welding twice here if I thought that's what was needed, but I don't think it will be needed. Let's put this in. I think I'm okay to magnetic relay the hef, unless I want to do it down here. I don't think I get much value doing it down here. So let's do this first. So we got 72, but 42. If I did that, I'd get better dupes too. This, I think, does more damage overall. And we could just heal here. That guy was never going to die no matter what. I don't think I want to play this because it does sap me. So do that. We could do this, might as well. And we could keep you alive since you do... Oh, well, you're not going to be alive, it looks like. Whatever. Oh, I forgot to do the ability mid. Shit. God fucking damn it. That is so stupid. Why did I do that? Ay, ay, ay. Could bring this guy to the top, I suppose, just to mitigate some damage. He has some, makes the most sense, I think. Oh, I can't do that one. I have to do this one if I do it. And that'd be okay. The welding coming in behind would be the thing coming in behind past that. Yeah, okay. It is what it is. Let's get you up here. And we'll get this. Does that even matter, though? Might be better there if it's going to get duped. There's probably no world I can... That's not going to change anything, right? So we're going to get hit once. Although, yeah, we'll do that. We're still getting hit once there. That's fine. I think I do this since this is the thing getting duped, right? That makes sense. Okay, let's roll with that. Had I just used my ability, we wouldn't have had to been in that situation, of course. We're fine sapping here. Could have used Wrath, I guess. Maybe I still should. So I can use this. Yeah, we want that to get duped. I forgot to dupe it the other turn. Wow, that's actually killing. That's amazing. I don't have any perma-scaling, right? You know, seeing that we could make that big of a mistake and still do good means I think we're in a pretty good spot. Railgun. Railgun I could technically copy. That actually might make sense. Of course, it is hard to just not take full throttle as well. It's definitely not mass production, I think. That we already got mass production. It's called assembly line. And that railgun comes in with immediate burst, and I don't know though. Is it even that good? Like, oh, it can't. It's not the best assembly line unit either, unless because it's like it doesn't actually descend, so that also makes it just not that good. Yeah, pretty sure this is just full throttle. It's a good smelt target if anything. Plus we get the ember. Cave in. I could see cave in working if I fuck up, basically. Or to stall out because we do lack front-loaded damage. I actually think we do take cave in, plus it's a good smelt target. See, Rail Forge just makes everything good. It makes all the bad cards good. Yeah, I think we are the right. I have no money whatsoever. So we also did not kill the collector. Could just do that. But then, I don't know, that kind of defeats its maybe worth. Okay, 10 here is fine. Let's wait on it though. See what we get from this cavern. Umbras could be okay. Banished is just a single damage shield. Melting Remnants is always useless. Umbra, the only downside would be the morsel one, but everything else is good. Okay, shouldn't have said anything, I guess. Well, that's a brick and a half. 10 gold, yeah. That event usually does just suck, honestly. Even when it's good, it's like not that good. It's like, okay, maybe I get a vanilla Prismal Dust, which is good, but it's obviously not better than what we already have here, which is a lot of the case. Something like that is going on. I think 10 here is fine. We'll just save the rest of our meager gold here. Let's get rid of... Is a Shade Splitter better than a Spear Steward? I had to imagine that it is. You know, there's still smelt targets if I need them, but they're not great ones. I could actually remove the vanilla Prismal Dust, maybe. It's still pretty okay, though. Really not that necessary. I don't know that I would take another Ember upgrade. Yeah, it's tough for me to make... I could still maybe take another Ember upgrade. I'm pretty sure we're taking Draw, though. So if I don't take another Ember upgrade, I think we just want to remove a Steward. I don't know. Let's remove a Shade Splitter. They're not really doing anything in this deck. I mean, they're of equal value as a Smelt target. But if I don't have Smelt, I can at least play the Steward out. And then plus, if I do end up with more deployment Ember, I can just play it out and not have to remove it as well. Penitent Prayer Stone could be mildly annoying. I think we can take it, though. This guy also will have a lot of reanimate once he gets to the top, but he won't get to the top, I don't think. This is a fight we can go top. Let's put you down first. Check out the art on Assembly Room. It's just some cranes, I guess. It's not like super distinct. Okay, we're doing a good job at top decking welding, I'll tell you that. Let's definitely do a calcified ember. No more smelt, huh? I mean, because we don't have anything on this guy yet, I think I actually will just medic relay him to get this extra damage in. Would that be horrible? Yeah, I can just bring him back now. That does cost 2, though, to bring him back. Maybe we just bring this guy back. And then put that here so we can get that going immediately. I should probably just full throttle here too. I'll do that just so I don't have to deal with losing a damage shield stack. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, maybe I should have renovated instead of played that shard. I definitely should have. Oh well. Alright, do we use ability here? Probably wait. We're just going to keep bringing Hef back. Do I even want to waste... I probably shouldn't forge her. We'll forge her things. We'll do this in the name of damage. Just getting more damage on the front guy. We already got enough on the worldling. Let's take 66-2. Yeah, let's do this. Alright, we got that. That's good. Should have. Well, I can. A little bit of a conundrum here. I could just build this guy now and replay him for the ability, or I just replay the welding for the ability. The only thing is, like, I kind of want a Prismal Dust before I assemble here. Which I think I can do, right? There's no harm in that. Yeah, let's go... Huh, that didn't change anything, huh? 66, I guess not. Well, we won't get the collector, and I guess I won't get this either because I used my forge points. God damn it. Guess we're taking 6. Whatever, I'll just maybe get it back with the pyre or something like that. I also did that after, oh my gosh, I'm so stupid. Could have maybe saved that for this one too. Probably definitely should have done that. Got more interested in putting another body here. We got enough ember to like replay this, so let's do that. Bring you. Oh, right, I can't do it on those guys. Gosh. The whole magnetic relay kind of... I was banking on being able to replay these guys, but I can't actually do that, which is really weird. I get it from a text perspective, but from a concept perspective, definitely it does not make sense that I cannot magnetic relay these freaking bots here. Well... Yeah, I guess I can do 3 heal, which is nice. And might as well do this as well. Alright, that gets them. Why did I not? You know what? This is fine. We'll just bring them down. Let's see. I still don't want to take that hit. Don't want to take damage. Let's give... that's... that damn thing there is foiling us. May want the lifesteal here then. That's still there is making sense. Right, I can't do this on anything useful, so let's do this. Back. Artifice. Do that. Do that. Now they're dying, so that's good. Can do that. We're happy. I need to get my pyre health back. I will be able to. I need 4 to 7, so that's 3. I really want a full throttle as well, though, but in the name of just getting my pyre health full, I suppose I will do this. Yeah. Actually, it's there for this one. Looks like they're dying. Let's make them die a little more. In the wrong order, of course, but you know. We're apparently so powerful I can make basically a mistake every single turn and it's not actually punishing us. More calcified embers. Herzl sure has been nice. Disassemble actually could make sense too, since we will theoretically, if I get a manifold mirror like we got that one time a couple videos ago, then we will end up with more units than we know what to do with. And I could just sacrifice. I don't know though. I feel like Disassemble is not that good of a card. Maybe if I combo it with Melting Remnant or something, it becomes okay. But other than that, I'm like, I don't think there's too much in clan where just straight up sacrificing the unit is all that good. I think a Magnetic Relay is quite a lot better for what I would assume it disassembles. I guess in clan you'd be using it on like an endless unit or something, but even then I'm just like, I feel like Magnetic Relay is better even in that scenario in most cases. But yeah, maybe if it forged for more, I would like it. I feel like the benefit of Forge 5 is not necessarily worth the sacrifice in most cases. You have to really be like abusing. The sacrifice has to be a positive for this card to be good, I guess, is what I'm getting at. Sacrifice can't be a negative. Real Forge Spike, though, is like pretty good for our deck, I think. We do actually want that. We got units coming up and down a lot, equipment coming in and out. That's really good. That one doesn't consume either, right? Oh, it does consume. Well, maybe we can remove the consume eventually. We don't want any room replacements. Gem Trove would be good, though. Just some floor-wide benefit there. The only downside is the morsels might not be able to get played at a certain point. Let's see if we get multi-strike on what's-his-name, huh? Either way, we want the dupe, I think, over the artifacts. Dualism. Could do that for extra damage shield. That doesn't seem that good. Let's go 14 on this guy. I think if I get a multi-strike, it should go on Conductor Steward. So I just want some initial damage on that guy since he has the Wrath. Midstone would actually be interesting, but I don't think we want that. I do want to put this here, I think. I don't know, maybe it's better here. Not really. This guy just needs to like sit and heal the pyre. The damage shield definitely makes it easier to do that. This is great. I think we definitely want the multi-strike here. That thing's going to be hitting a lot. Burst 2 would actually be almost as good as well. We can just add some health to this. That's fine. Now we are getting to the point where I'm like, I could see, we've been really lucky to get the Weldlings when we have, but bottom decking would be pretty brutal. I kind of want to just dupe this Weldling, to be honest. Just to make sure that we get them higher percentage of the time sooner. We've drawn it in the first round almost every fight, if not every fight. And things could look worse if that doesn't happen. Put you down first. Sure enough, we keep getting it. I mean, certainly the lost luggage helps. Right. No other smelt, right? Okay. So you'll go in first. We'll go here, though, for the... Honestly, we have a lot of deck to draw through here. I'm down to just put this in right behind the first one that we spawn here. And that doesn't mean I can't use the damage shield right now, but I think that's fine. Because it's going to be too hard to, like, draw all the way back, I feel. So I'll just put that there. And it'll be on the floor. I might as well get him into the mix too, huh? Yeah, I should get him into the mix. And then we'll apply the extra damage shield now. Oh, we want the renovate too, though. Let's do that for one. And we'll do that. That looks good. I don't want to redraw that either. We should definitely attack that. Maybe... Oh, I'm at full health, so that's good. Alright, they're all gone. That then, and that. Could Wrath here. I don't think there's any reason not to. I feel like I attacked twice, right? Am I tripping? Is there any reason not to do this? I mean, this floor is just going to get taken care of by this floor. I might as well push the damage on the boss. I should do this as well. Or this. Do we care more about armor or damage? Probably damage, right? No smelt. That's fine. We'll have our assembly. Conductor's definitely earning his keep this run. We got our ability. Got the magnetic relay. No smelt though. I do have the rail forge spike. It's minor increase. Probably be better off putting this here then. I could do the rail forge spike though. Yeah. Okay, let's do that. Let's do rail forge spike. And then do that here. Do this. Save some damage. And then we'll bring you back. Just do this here. No need to Wrath. We're not going to break 2 damage shield here. And then I guess there's nothing else to do. Is there anything to do here? I could do this again if I wanted to, but I'm pretty sure I want to wait to use that here. I think that would make sense. Could also put some attack on this welding. That would be maybe even more wise. because this guy might have lived had I done that. He'll still probably, well, he's not going to live because of 22 damage, but yeah, let me think. Almost seems like it's better to use the full throttle here, I would suppose. Yeah, let's do that. Does that keep him alive? 9 and what? 8? So 27. Does keep him alive. Let's do it. And heal for nothing, sure. Salvage that. You could just hit him now. Got one of these coming up. There's no extra things I can do here. Actually, there is, right? Do this. And then, does this still positive? That's not positive at that point. So we'll do that there. Put that in. Fuck these guys up. I'm surprised that still something survives. It's a lot. I mean, I guess the front few units aren't doing that much damage. Okay, this guy is dying now. Well, it is what it is. What are you going to do? Give him the wrath. Let's give him everything. Why not? Gotta put that down first for some extra damage. I could see myself adding another assembly line here at some point. You know, just having another one to play here would actually be pretty good in the longer fights that are going to be coming up soon. Cave-in. Of course, cave-in also just works. Cave-in just kind of accomplishes that, right? I do actually think we should cave in here. I think it makes sense. Alright. That was a long cave-in. They're dying, but let's do this anyway. Do that. Oh yeah, and now like an hour later, the tangent, the original thought I had, I think was like, yeah, but yeah, people are like trying to say that both Wormkin and Railforged are weak, and I'm just like scratching my head because I'm like, you know, they seem by far the strongest in the game to me. I mean, Wormkin takes a while to learn. Like, I remember in the first DLC for Monster Train 1, I did not like Wormkin for a while, but I wouldn't never be like, oh, they're weak, right? I'm just like, this is a complicated clan, and you have to learn it, but eventually, by the end of my time with the DLC, I did firmly believe they were the best clan in the game. And I think I still stand by that, but you know, that carries over into number 2. I don't know that I would say Wormkin's the very top clan in the game, but I feel like they could be. I feel like Railforge could be as well. I feel like both of them are in contention for it. There's not many bad cards between them, especially with Wormkin. It's hard for me to say what a bad card is with Railforge because I just don't have as much experience with it. So it's like, you know, I did kind of talk crap about Sentry Turret the other time, and even right here, I'm obviously not going to take it, but I can still see that it might be a good card. I just haven't come across enough runs for it yet, right? On these runs where I'm just moving stuff with either steel, I guess that's my big thing, is like, I feel like if I see a steel pulley claw, I'm taking it and I'm building around it. If I see assembly room, I'm taking it and I'm building around it. Both those I think are pretty solid heuristics to go by, and the turret units just do not fit into that, so that's why I'm not super high on the turrets right now. But certainly if I don't have either of those room cards, then maybe the turret all of a sudden kind of becomes much more of an enticing pick, right? I just happen to usually find one of the two of assembly room or steel pulley claw on a run, And statistically speaking, it's going to be likely you do. You know, you're talking about the steel pulley claw is a common, so it's like 60% of your runs you'll find it. And the assembly room is what? That's a rare, right? So that's 40% of runs you're going to find it. So you have to miss on both of those. So it is unlikely that you don't find them, but it obviously is still like, it'll happen often enough that you will not get either of them. And maybe then I can have turret shine, but until then, no. I don't think any of these cards are going to be good for me. Fused Weaponry, the only card it really makes sense is I fuse the Herzl Hammer with my Hef thing, and it's like, whatever. It's not that strong of a play. And then the Mitosis, the only benefit would be the Calcified Ember, but we didn't get any extra smelt, so I'm a little hesitant to do that. I think we just skip these. And I do think we take draw. It makes it so we're more likely to get the smelt cards. We're more likely to get to a Weldling if we don't top deck it. It obviously doesn't help with the lost luggage turn, but it helps. It does help beyond that. I can also see just taking an Ember upgrade, but I think the draw is going to probably protect us more often than not. Left or right? I don't think we gain much from the left, so we should just go right. Of course, we don't really need a Vortex. It's okay. It's probably okay. We don't need the Fire Health. I mean, Merchant of Magic, I will say the Full Throttle, I've liked to play it, so I'm definitely open to cost reducing it. I don't like it as a smelt target. It's actually just too good of a card to not build around, I feel. I would not mind just upgrading that. That helps quite a lot. That's front-loaded damage right there. Of course, a Consume Remove on a Railed Forge Spike would be good too. So there's definitely some good stuff with this magic. I think that's already enough for me to go to the right. Look at that, we got some real good stuff here. So Consume Remove definitely goes here, I think. That has sustained value once we get Magnetic Relay. I could just get this costed down. Do I double stack it? Like, I can just get it to a 2 cost and double stack it. That seems pretty damn good. Yeah, that's automatic, I feel. Do I really need this beyond the first time I play it? Probably not. If it does a lot of damage, that's good. Metalworker actually is the one thing I would flex Weaponsmith with, but I don't think we have the setup for it. We just don't have enough smelt for me to say that that's beating out, especially when we got a medic relay. Might as well just do our Weaponsmith every turn. And let's get rid of... I think it's pretty unlikely that this... We just don't use these Shade Splitters, right? Let's just get rid of Shade Splitters. That's fine. Alright, this is fine. I mean, they do silence our ability, which sucks, and I did just Surge Stone my one way to deal with them, but that's okay. They're only there in like 3 of the waves, and I can kill one of them on one of the waves, and yeah, Reanimate should be fine. This is not anything that should scare us that much. Gem Trove, your fodder for today. I do want the cave-in for later. It might be needed for the boss. You never know. So that's all of our forge points. Put that in there. We got the early magnetic relay, which is really nice. Definitely want to do that. I kind of want to do this. Well, we don't need front-loaded damage necessarily. We need the armor more, so I guess I will actually just do it back here before I do this. Granted, I could also wait on this till next turn. I think it's not necessarily the best thing to do, though. I think instead we'll just put this down in the front, and we'll put 2 of these in. And then we'll do this, get rid of that, and we will do it now, because I do want to get as many of these in as possible. Yeah, see, here's a turn where we definitely would have wanted a smelt card. So I took the draw to try to reduce turns like this. But that's okay. We'll get this guy. I can't even get him in. Fuck. Yeah, this turn is just, without smelt, is pretty hard to do anything with. I may actually just get rid of this calcified ember then, seeing this. Yeah, let's do that. Bring you back. We won't have Artificer next turn, and I think even my Assemble will actually be shut down, so that does kind of suck. Is there anything I can do to get around some of this? I don't think so. Well, we probably don't want to renovate for one. I'll just let this hit me. Say I'll be redrawing into that soon enough, and I got another one on the way. We'll use this. Just put it there for now. I think this is okay. If I can get a Tumbra Assault this next turn, that'd be the most ideal situation. We do not get it. But it is what it is. You're still alive. Might as well use the ability this turn. Oh, I can use this, so that's good. Okay. Well, Full Throttle's definitely getting played then. I really want this collector. Let's see, I got to hit this 3 times, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need 7 strikes. So I know I could get more stuff if I Railforge Spike right now, but so wait, let me double check this. This would be 7 no, it'd be 6 strikes if I do that. Fuck. So what I have to do actually, I'll still do this. I'm unfortunately 1 strike short of this collector. Instead of doing the Railforge Spike, I need the 2 Ember. Oh, but I can't even do that with a Conductor Stir. Damn. I was going to say I'll replay it with Magnetic Relay, but that doesn't even actually work. Damn. I guess that means there really is no way I can get that collector, which makes me even wonder if I even want to use the ability. Well, anyway, let's do... And I guess the other option is I could bring this Weldling down right now. Does that mean I don't kill the people up top, though? I would still have 7 strikes up here. That's definitely more than enough. Yeah, this is a weird play, but I think it makes sense if I really want to get the money, which I'm pretty sure I do. So you'll go here. Does that not... How is that not... Oh, because yeah, I'm silenced. Okay, so definitely put this here or here. I think here. And then we'll use this after doing that. And then... Oh, they're dying even without me using the ability. I think we should still use the ability. I got another ability coming up for the next turn anyway. Yeah, this is fine. Okay, I'm feeling okay. We're solid here. I could see the argument for not using the ability, though. It probably would have been the better call. But, yeah, this guy... I can Entumber Assault him, at least. That's fine. We only need to damage him enough that the top floor is able to work with it. I do need to heal 1 Pyre health. I guess we do want to kill that. So I guess I'm not smelting any extra here, so let's go here. This guy's living, right? Okay. Alright, and I can just... Okay. Yeah, this is fine. So let's do that. That's so nice. It's like not the most insane scaling in the world, but it's enough, right? It's enough when you factor in that you have an assembly line that just keeps creating more of these guys. Let's see. We got incant here. I mean, we don't need to incant. Did I just get rid of the Herzl hammer? Kind of want to forge it onto the welding here. I mean, it doesn't really matter at this point, but... yeah, let's get rid of that for sure. Get rid of that for sure. I suppose we just go like this. Or actually, if we want to try to kill the boss mid, which I think we do, I actually want to do this, right? That would make more sense. Yeah, that makes more sense. And then do this as usual, our MO here. And getting that going. If I use this ability, I do have this on cooldown for the next. It might be nice to just have one of these abilities every turn. I mitigate a lot of damage shield here. I think we do it. Perfect. And he'll probably die. That's okay. We already got back to full health. Not saying the Pyrus Druid did anything meaningful, but he made me feel good. And that's what's important. This could be a turn where we hit the ability and cave in, just to get ready for the boss. I actually like that. That means we should get maybe the welding down below before we do that. Yeah, let's do that. So... does that even make sense, though? This guy would incant the rest, but then we don't have to worry about the extra Athena stuff. So I think this does make sense. Yeah, we can take care of that, right? So we block some hits. We'll have one of these ready to go. I think this will be fine. I feel like I forgot to put the -2 on this. I really fucked up. I forgot to put the -2 on this Railforge spike. The -2 and Ember Consume. I don't know what I was doing. Completely forgot. Looks like we're good here, but we might as well hit him with one of these. And we're good to go. Machinist Tome. Probably not that necessary, honestly. We got damage shield for the most part, and then we'll just have a bunch of armor anyway. But maybe it's okay. I don't know. Masterwork I'm kind of liking more here, because I've been wanting Forge. Yeah, we're doing Masterwork. That's finally a pretty good situation for it. Could take the Excavation Eruption for some backline clear, or some Smelting target. It's just so unreliable. Prism Retrieval's better here, right? Of course, I don't have any chance at intrinsing it, but it just adds basically another thing. It's like, I think it's fine. Yeah, we'll take that. Still want to probably Hellvent the, I don't know. I'm open to a few Hellvents, actually. Jax probably doesn't mean anything. Molten Manifold is pretty good. Yeah, we're taking that. Oh, it has blueprints. Hell yeah. Man, there are some good artifacts. They're kind of like Wormkin there too, right? Like they have really good artifacts. There's really nothing to do here. I can't. I mean, maybe the Zone of Silence is worth adding. I could say that. But let's re-roll the artifacts for sure. Tuned Whetstone. That's probably worth buying. What about Gauge? Gauge with Smelt is interesting. I believe... one of you, I'm trying to remember who did it. Was it... I'm sorry, I cannot remember who did this, but I know it was one of my... somebody I definitely knew as like a very regular... was it? Oh, man, who... Okay, sorry, my brain is fucking with me, but somebody that I should know the name of that is escaping me right now. Was it Falterfire? Somebody let me know that basically the volatile gauge, similar to the other smelt things, it smelts at the original cost, which is kind of a weird interaction, right? If you keep it in mind, I guess it's hard to keep track of, like, I guess, is the problem with volatile gauge. But if you know the costs by heart, then it's easier, right? Like, I know Cave-In, for example, will be 2. Gem Trove will be 3, but some of the others you might not know, like the cost necessarily, so you have to like go back to your original deck and try to figure out what the cost is. I don't think it'll be... It's probably pretty good here. I don't want to deal with the Scourges, though, so I'm thinking, like, I do want that Silence Room, maybe. Maybe. I mean, I can't really guarantee I get it early anyway. It's relatively, not super large, but larger deck with only 1 draw upgrade and no additional support, other than, I guess, a Lost Luggage for drawing through it. And if I add it, I could still bottom deck it, and then it's like, along with the Scourges getting shuffled in, it was kind of a fail, but I think it's certainly something that wouldn't be sad to have. So how much gold is that? Because with these, I cannot afford them both anyway, so it's one or the other. Whetstone, I don't think beats Gauge here, actually. Like, I'm trying to think, what is my worst case scenario with Gauge? Like, I'm guaranteed to play the Steward and the Assembly Room out, and sometimes, a lot of the time, I can play additional stuff that I'm not even playing right now out, which would just help me draw through the deck. I get 2 additional draws, which of course doesn't mean anything in the first turn of Lost Luggage, but past that, it definitely means something. I get 2 additional draws, and then, like, a lot of these cards are benefiting from it, like Full Throttle. The fact that I just find Smelt as well more often is a benefit. It seems like Masterwork, there's just a lot of good stuff here for the Gauge, so I'm going to buy that for sure. Then do I have enough for the Zone of Silence? Just enough. It's either that or I think we take it. Yeah, I don't need to think about it that hard. I could even dupe it if I really want to. Now, of course, the Scourges become more annoying, but that's the price we pay for Gauge. We got full health. Pyre Steward might even be, doing something there. Helping out with that. I love that it allows you to dupe a Vengeful Shard. One of these days we got to do that, but it's got to make sense. I really like the art of Vengeful Shard. Simple, but I don't know, there's something about it. You just want to take a bite out of it. Just, it's like frozen wine or something. You know what I mean? Weldling. Is Weldling the dupe? That's the question. Or is Full Throttle the dupe? Or is Assembly Room the dupe? Or is Masterwork the dupe? There's so many questions. I'm really sad about the Veilforged Spike. I guess I got the X-Cost artifact though, so it's not really, it's basically what it would have been anyway, so it's still pretty good. I think we do want to just get the Welding faster. There's going to be too many of them in the deck at some point. Like 3 is a lot, but... And with the damage shield, do I even really need them that much? It seems like we're really just getting by mainly from the Conductor Steward itself, the armor is like largely irrelevant. So maybe I'm overvaluing what those even do. Like, I'm like, maybe the full throttle is the way here. Or even the silence room. I don't know. Either of them. I think I like the full throttle. It's just never going to be bad to dupe that, right? Alright, Seraph of Dominion with you and your eyes and such. Your mini eyes. So they came in at 3 and 2. It certainly could have been better, but technically it could have been worse. There could have been one possible iteration that was worse than that. Only one. Of course, I guess it is a plus that I can play the one-cost Shield Steward, if anything. It's still positive, right? Okay, we got some early full throttles. We do finally not top deck one of those dudes, but I think it probably doesn't matter that much. Although we have like our worst opener, I don't know. It could be worse. Let's get rid of this. So I got 5 to work with here. I think we definitely want to do the masterwork. We definitely want to play both of these. And then we're left with the rest of this. It's like, do I want to renovate or do I want to Prismal Dust more? Probably Prismal Dust, I'm thinking. Probably Prismal Dust, just because that will get us off to such a head start with the defense. We'll do that as well. Now we get our first guy down there. Beautiful. That guy is already so powerful. I mean, look at that. Oh, actually, I can renovate too. I forgot. I have the Molten Manifold. I swear I'll remember the names. Wow, that guy. I feel like I should just use this. I don't think any unit is ever going to reach us, right? If I use it now, I can push a bunch of damage. Then again, I want to keep my... Well, I'm not going to keep my burst anyway. And we'll save it. It's fine. Save the ability at least. You know what would be nice is if there was a button on the left where you could turn your burst off. Just like kind of fight wide, right? If you just didn't want to burn your burst on a particular turn. I know that's probably silly to do though, or silly to implement. So we don't need this shittier weldling. That could be maybe our best target. Then again, we might as well just get all these weldlings up at the top here. Like hammer could be a target. Because we don't really need the hammer. The relay does take a slight hit with gauge, I suppose, but that's okay. I do want the cave in eventually. Yeah, let's go you, since you have the Wrath, we'll get all of the stuff here. Could also just kill this instead of getting the other welding down. That seems better. We can get some more stats here. In the meantime, still should do this. Oh, that's... okay, we'll do that then. That is the one downside of putting a bunch of forged points on him at the start. I mean, it's not a big deal. I'll just not put anything on him for now, but I don't, you know, it was nice before because I was just using the non-forged weapon to keep proccing Artificer and just keep getting stuff that way, but we're already well ahead of where we would be several turns in with the Artificer, so I think this is fine. Do I want to use my ability here? I mean, I'm already killing them, but I would save a lot of damage shield if I did. I think I should. Plus the corruption goes here, which is nice. I save like all of my damage shield here. It's really good for Alright. It's coming in at 0. But I still want to smelt it. I don't really need to smelt this turn necessarily. I don't gain a lot from that. then again, like, what else am I even doing this turn? This turn's like there's not a whole lot to it. We certainly don't want to, like, see it back again, though, you know, so I'm still probably just going to smelt it. Don't need that. And it would help a little bit with the floor-wide corruption, but I also just have tons of stats on everybody. Do we care about the Pyre Steward, like, to any real degree here? I guess we could just put it in front here for now. That makes sense. And then put these here. We can do this. I guess we'll just do this over here or here. Probably makes more sense to do it there. And I think we will use our ability here. Just saves. Says he does. Should have this. Yeah, I was gonna say, Zone of Silence room should be coming anytime soon. I could put it mid here and we prevent some corruption. Maybe we don't care that much about that. It might be better just to put it at the bottom. Much less scourges that way. Yeah, I think I like that. He's dying, huh? Played that for 0. Let's do that. And that. Alright, I'm okay. You know, this is fine. I'll forge either way here, but... So, let me see... Wait, before I do that. So, let's do this. And does this go positive? Nope, not even. Okay, well, that's fine. It makes sense to do a slight forge here, then, if we're going to keep spamming on this weldling. And this guy's dead, so I guess I'll just use that for nothing. Technically, I wonder if does it interact with Golden Manifold? Probably not. Wouldn't matter, guys. Already at full health. We get the full throttle here. Definitely just play that, I think. And then give those here. So use the ability here, right? Never want to underestimate this guy. Definitely use this here. That way we don't have to deal with more screwed shufflers. We'll do this. Scale that down. Alright, that's something like that. Might want to full throttle this mid floor. That definitely makes sense. Salvage definitely becomes an iffy card, though, with volatile gauge if you don't have ember reductions on at least a few of them, I think. Plus, without a double ember upgrade, I think it's just like, it really has to come in at 0 or 1 for it to really even matter that much. Gonna like get a few of them gone. I don't want to see them that often here. We gotta play this. Is this positive? It's finally positive. I think we can do that then for the next assemble. Oh, I forgot to use the ability. My gosh, I'm so stupid. Why am I the way that I am? thought Wrath would have been available again. Isn't it a... Oh, it's a 3 cooldown. I thought it was a 2 cooldown for some reason. Well, obviously that is not the case. We got the assembly here, so I think we should do this. Guess there's not a whole lot else to do here other than pour all of that in, huh? And then do that. We'll do this. I got so much space up here. Let's just start putting space here for unknown reasons. Sure. I get to refresh my. I could refresh any of these corruptions as well with magnetic relay. It's just like the card is so good. But yeah, it's like you'll see, and even I'm guilty of this too, but it's like people will be like, oh, magnetic relay is not that good, and it's like, dude, once you use it a few times, it definitely it'd take me a few times to like realize it, but I was like, it's basically always good, you know. We have cave in here. If I cave in, then I do take a damage, but I feel like I kind of want to do it. You know, it's only 3 of them. I want to see if they can pull it off, though. Let's see. Maybe we can get the full... Oh, they're already doing it. That's good, but you know what? We gotta still do this. And then 1, 2. Actually, we won't take damage, maybe. Oh, damn it, we did. I was like, maybe we can actually get him here. Oh, well. GG. Definitely this unit is good in the right situation. For sure. Gave me a 2 and a 3 on these each time. That's pretty fucking unlucky, but you know what? Whatever. I'm not going to complain about luck on this run. And we get to play 2 of these out, which is nice. Bring it. Is it weird that I just want to get the Vengeful Shard out here? Because the cost came in so good on everything else, and I don't even know that I need that much Ember here, you know? Yeah, I think I'm just going to do that. So for sure we want to Masterwork. God, this card is really good. Zone of Silence would be nice, but it's just not as fun as Full Throttle. Then again, the Full Throttle is not necessarily doing anything for me here, so I probably won't play that. Probably makes sense to do this. I do think we don't care about Gem Trove, so I can still go Ember Positive here and get a few more Forge points. I do want to play this. I will not forge this. It's just going to be my Artificer target. And then I do want to do this, just... I can't get that guy in, though. I still probably want to do this. The problem with the Full Throttle and with Entropy here is, like, they're just at low damage right now, and then they're just going to blow it all anyway, so... It's either that or just throw him down there to die. This makes more sense, I think. Set up for a future welding. And then we can do this. And then get the assembly line started. Yeah, I like this. We need a small damage shield really quickly, though. Alright, we do have it there. Got our Full Throttle here. It's still, like, not making a whole lot of sense to Full Throttle, but it is a 0, so obviously we'll do that. Or do we want to push the damage here? There'll be more units if I do it up here. Salvage came in at a 3, unfortunately. That's really rough here. I can still do it into the calcified ember. It makes sense if we're gonna play this welding here. It's not, yeah, I think we do it. We don't have much else to do this turn. We need to get some forge points, and that's the best way to do it. So let's get you in. I do want to play Pyrelite. I could also play the Shield Steward. I'm going to save my ability for this group. We do want to play that with low pyre health, and we'll keep 2 floors alive, but the bottom floor probably never will be alive. Could also just get some health here. Is that better than 1 damage shield? It might actually be better, because I don't know that I'll be finding any other time to be able to do that. Curse of Entropy, I think we just have to let hit our pyre, especially when it's coming in at those costs. Unfortunately, no good smelt targets here unless I want to do cave in. I kind of want to use cave in though, so yeah, let's do. I just don't have a good smelt here. Do that, and then could have done the rail forge spike there, I suppose, but I think I want the damage shield here more. And then still do this, of course, to get this thing out. Oh no, it's not the right. Damn it. The punish. I wanted it to get the other welding, of course, but that's fine. We gotta use this. Let's do that. So that guy's dying. That's good. We can save this ability for the next group. Definitely want to do that. I'm saving the ability up top. Maybe I should be using it on savagery though. I'm just not exactly sure when I'm gonna need it. It's hard. I suppose I should have just used it on savagery there, but it's okay. Alright, anything good to salvage here? Not really. This is for 0, but it kind of makes sense. I just don't want to play it. I can play one of them, I guess. Alright, we want to do this for sure. This guy still dies. I do want to salvage that, of course. I think I can do this. I should have done that before, but it's okay. Oh, I meant to forge that. Alright, maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I'm gonna just use it here. I guess I'm gonna use it here. It's not even that much of a benefit. I could just do it here. Or here if I want to keep him alive. I don't think I care about keeping him alive. This is fine. Next time savagery's here, I'll use wrath. I'll use everything. The thing is, I'm still gonna take a lot of kill with the minions, so I'm not really in any rush here. I have nothing. I don't think I have anything that can help me with Dominion unless I can I can't give burst to the pyre or anything. I'm pretty sure. Put you down for nothing. These in. I should have done this first. Whatever. I'm going to put together a really strong It's got to be positive now, right? Yeah, there we go. There. I'll save. I don't have to save this one. I could just do it now. Yeah, might as well get him close to death. Because I got the ability next to this guy. That'll follow up the other two. So yeah, let's use this here. They're all dead. That thing is dead. This thing is dead. Now it's just Dominion, which we have a ways to go on. Is there anything I can do about that? Nothing much. Just going to deal with it, I guess. Could move these guys down as well. I think I want to wait until there's like 4 of them for me to do the cave-in play. That guy's some damage. Oh yeah, we need to reload this. Right now that's dying. Still want to get the damage shield here. Right here, I guess. It's not playing well. It's kind of a pointless right there. I live on the lower floors. Jesus, to get rid of these. This came in at a 2. As long as somebody's playing that, I think I'm fine. Forgot to do all that before, but it's all good. It's actually an okay turn for cave-in. So I'm curious, does this work? It allows me to do it, but it doesn't do anything. That's like the worst case scenario, actually. Oh well. Yeah, is there anything I can do here? Tell you what, I think I still want to cave in just so I can do it. So let's do this. And then we'll do that. Oh, I don't have the magnetic relay. Almost looked like he had a bunch of health there. Health overload onto him or something. Did it again. I suppose that guy's one of the punishes. Okay, let's just go. Okay. Fun run, honestly. The conductor needed no other unit but himself, really. Just multiplied many times. But yeah. I like how the assembly room might even be better than Holy Claw. Like the last few times I've used assembly room not even the last few, every time I've used assembly room, it's actually been amazing. I've hesitated to take it a few times because I had our steel pulley claw already, but I think I'm definitely going to be more open to taking that even if I have steel pulley claw. It's just actually just better in most cases. And they can work together too, to some degree. Alright, Pyre Steward, you got your thing, Masterwork. Masterwork was really good. I would actually be open to taking that outside of gauge as well. That might be another card similar to the Burst card in Ritual Battle, where it's just a solid 3 that is definitely hard to play at 3, but if you just simply get the cost down, then it's really worth. Forge 8 actually puts in so much work. I definitely like that one. But yeah, I think Rail Forged and Wormkin are super strong. They're amazing. So yeah, get the seed generated for that. Anyway, as always, thanks for watching, and until next time, peace. I should look at really quick. We can like maybe rate each, since we are still kind of evaluating Railforge. I can kind of rate every aspect of the deck and how it performed. Hef is just really solid. I feel like Hef and even Herzl to some degree, they aren't champs that are like Spine Chief where they're like necessarily taking over the run single-handedly pretty much. But they do provide pretty good value, especially Hef, I think. I think Hef Weaponcraft has always provided a ton of value for me. I feel like it's like sneakily OP. It's, like I said, it's not getting you're just spamming Artificer, and outside of Lazarus League Exile, you're not going to have necessarily gigantic upside with it, but even with just something like Magnetic Relay, even without it, Magnetic Relay it doubles the power of this path essentially, but double or single, it's just really solid, and it kind of sets up a lot of other stuff to be able to just generate equipment. For one, just generating equipment is really useful in and of itself, and the cooldown's really low, so even without a Magnetic Relay, you can still play it every other turn. And the Artificer is just a really nice sort of guaranteed bit of value that you can get out of it. So just really flexible. So I do like Hef, but I wouldn't necessarily feel that she's like S tier necessarily. But she certainly could be. I would not rule it out. Maybe I sit with the game for a few more months and I could see Hef maybe landing at S, honestly, because of Weaponcraft. But it's the other two paths I have to evaluate, really, I think, to see if I would say if Hef overall is an S tier champ or not. Herzl Hammer, it didn't really shine here because it didn't need to, but it's just a solid pick. 2 cost means it can be an okay smelt target. It's an equipment, which is just useful in this clan in general, but the actual effect of it is pretty good. The effect is basically similar to the banner, I forget the name of it, but the spear, what I'm talking about, where it gives 3 Valor on strike. I could argue this is better than that. It costs more, so it should be better. The question is, it costing more, I would say in a vacuum might make it worse than that card. It's basically giving you the same effect, except you actually get the armor to every unit instead of just the front unit is essentially what happens. But is that worth an extra Ember? I would say if it was just in the Banished clans, it probably wouldn't be worth it in a lot of cases. But the fact that you have Smelt in this clan means that the fact that it costs 2 is not even necessarily a bad thing, right? So I do think it's overall I would rank it ahead of that card, as it should be because it's a rare. I could say maybe on the scale of rares it's not necessarily that powerful, but it's certainly a good card, and I'm not sad to see it most of the time. And Zone of Silence, of course, is fine. We did use it technically; it was pretty good, but added bonus for Railforge since you can forge it, or since smelt it, which in turn forges it. Assembly Room, I'm pretty close to calling it perhaps an S tier card. It's those runs where there are those runs where I might not want it, but the thing is, if you might not want it, it's a 4-cost smelt target, so it's I think that might keep it in the S tier, because actually the ridiculous cost on it, it's just ridiculous enough that it gets a bunch of Ember and Forge for smelting it, but it's not ridiculous enough that I can't play it without a simple deployable and Ember upgrade in a lot of cases, right? Because then it's you still have 2 Ember to dedicate toward whatever you're going to assemble, which most banner units are 2 or less, right? It's a rare case where it's going to be 3, so it's just really solid. I think the math works out on this card that's usually going to be very good. I think it's S. Pyre Steward, realistically, I don't think is very good. You just can't get that much pyre healing out of it, realistically, I feel. But there's certainly some runs where you could heal your pyre from 0 to full, and in those runs it's pretty nice. So it's not a horrible speculative pick, because it's just an okay statted 1-cost 2-pip unit that has the potential to tank if it needs to, because 30 health is alright. 10 damage is not really anything to write home about, but it's something. And the ability, like we said, if you're not getting insane amounts of Ember, it's just not going to heal that much over the course of a run. It's still kind of like putting Holy Stone on a spell or something. It's just kind of okay to have. But there is the upside if you can like do like some combo Kindle turn or something, you know what I mean? Where you just, or a combo Shroud Spike into a Rubber Morsel, stuff like that. So stuff that's kind of outside the clan. I mean, there's still stuff inside the clan. You can still get some big smell turns. I mean, Hef has a path, by the way, that would combo really well with that technically, right? The path where you build this scrap metal that in turn keeps increasing in cost on every resolve. Like that definitely would be a path where you can make use of the Pyre Steward to really big extent. So there is some pretty good upside, but at the same time, it's kind of a one and done. It's like, well, I think you would just be in a bad situation where you took a bunch of pyre damage and then you heal it a bunch at once, but then beyond that, the Pyre Steward may not be that valuable. Still is good that it brought you back to full health though, right? So I don't know what to say about Pyre Steward. I can't really evaluate it realistically. I feel like it's definitely not worse than a C, just because it does have some guaranteed value, but the values may not be that relevant if it's just pyre health, right? Conductor Steward certainly was really good here, and it's definitely a card that on paper I always find would be really good, and it could be actually an S tier card. I just don't know right now, because, you know, on a run where you're not running Assembly Room or Magnetic Relay, Magnetic Relay I think already makes it so good, so it's like, you know, 60% of runs you'll find that Magnetic Relay, and 60% of those runs is going to be pretty good with Conductor Steward. But the other time, I don't know. The other time, hopefully I have an assembly line, because I'm trying to think, like, he still seems like he can be okay, even if I never have those things, right? Even if I'm not duping it a bunch, even if I'm not doing any Magnetic Relay shenanigans, it is a really powerful turn, usually, to proc its ability. But it does cost 2. Which is something, right? And the base stats aren't that good, so it does usually require some help, but it's not hard to find that help. And I don't know, I think it is pretty good, but I'm hesitant to rank Conductor Steward right after that run, because obviously I want to say S, but there have been other runs where for whatever reason it just didn't actually do much for me, so I'll say I'm results pending on Conductor Steward. I'll say anywhere from B to S is kind of what I'm feeling right now. Welding, I feel, is really good. I don't even know if we needed it much this run, but that's just because we found a bunch of ridiculous stuff and a bunch of damage shield. I feel like it's just so good because it does everything you want out of a backline unit. It's like, okay, I will be something that I'm glad to stack damage on, because it then translates that damage into you know, armor. But I don't know, it's not priority draw, which can be tough, but still, I don't know, it costs 2, so it's a great smelt target. I feel like it's just always good to add this thing, even if it doesn't end up necessarily popping off. It's just not that bad of a card to include in your deck. I think at least A tier. S might be pushing it, but definitely A tier. Prism, yeah, we're not going to rank any Umbra cards. Railforge Spike, I think this is really good. You know, you have these things like the Molten Manifold and just ways to reduce the cost, or just gain a bunch of Ember and then pour it into a really high amount of Forge. I mean, if you think about it, like, it's a really good spike. It's much better than equivalent other clan spikes in terms of the Ember to resource you're getting. So think of, so if, you know, a Masterwork, for example, I'm paying 3 to get 8. So at a base cost, it's not even beating Railforge Spike. Railforge Spike gets 12 for 3. Now compare that to other clans. So like Ritual Battle, for example, gives you, I believe, 12 Rage. Maybe it gives you more these days, like 16. But, you know, even if I just compare it to the original game, it was 12 Rage. And then the Hellhorn Spike gave, I think it was like 2 Rage on the original game. So it's like, you know, it's like literally, I don't know, a third or whatever as good as it, or a sixth as good as it in that case. Whereas this one is actually better. So But and that could mean that Masterwork sucks, but I don't think Masterwork sucks. I think Masterwork is pretty good. I think Masterwork is on par with like a Ritual or something, and Spike just happens to be that much better. So I think Spike is potentially S, but I'll have to keep playing around and see. Obviously, it would have been even better had I combined it with the -2 on top of this -2, but it still was really good anyway. I really like this card. Renovate also seems to be pretty decent. I mean, it is awkward that it's an X cost. It's like a lot of these times you want to play it after, or you don't want to spend all your Ember because you can't really like play your unit after. But there is some, if you can zero cost a smelt card, then you can still pull off a turn like that. But so ordering can be an issue with the Renovate, but of course intrinsic is always a possibility, and in that case it's really good. S tier though I wouldn't say. It seems like maybe B or A. Then Magnetic Relay's got to be S. I mean, this is a card that definitely grew on me more and more, and then I realized, well, wait, this card is just broken. Yeah, I mean, there's other stuff you can do too. Like you can literally think about the Pyre Speak. What's his name? Herzl. It's a cooldown of 6 at rank 1, but with a Magnetic Relay, I can play it every turn, you know? And that's pretty good. That clears like every floor pretty much. And I don't know, I'd almost expect Magnetic Relay probably gets nerfed in some way. I don't know what it'll be. Maybe it will not be able to, if it obviously it'd be weaker if it couldn't hit champs, but it'd be a lot less fun as well. So maybe they either nerf that aspect, or maybe they just make it cost more, or maybe they add consume to it. There's a lot they could do with it to nerf it. I'm okay either way. I mean, it's really fun without it nerfed too. I never am like, I feel like in the single player games, like, I'm like, you really need to nerf powerful stuff necessarily, only if it's like trivializing the game too consistently, you know what I mean? And even then, I'm like, I don't know. I still, I feel like I like buffs so much better than nerfs, but I could see them nerfing it. Let's put it that way. It's pretty powerful. Salvage is S tier for sure. I still just don't know if it's better than Mix, but it's definitely S tier. Full Throttle, I think it's pretty close to S tier. I think it's S tier in the same way that like a Ritual of Battle is an S tier card, and I'm going to say the same for Masterwork. I think that they're like A to S tier, somewhere in between there, but because of the fact that you can usually get the cost of them down, I think they're pretty good. Like the value is very high for just playing a single card. Playing a single card and getting burst to your whole floor, and you can double stack it for extra. Same with Masterwork. I guess you can't technically double stack it, so it does have that downside, but I don't know. I think it's still pretty good. You can still just get it to a 1 cost. 1 cost 4 Jade is super worth it, I would say, in most cases. So yeah, as you can see, as I went through every one of these Railforged cards, they all range pretty much toward the A and the S tier, so I think they're a pretty good clan. I'll do a full set of reviews eventually when I feel a little bit more solidified in what I'm thinking about these Railforged cards. Same with Wormkin as well. I'm definitely a little more confident on Wormkin. I for whatever reason, I spent most of my time beta testing with Wormkin just because they're so fun, and Railforged was like, when I was able to test more, they were in the more beginning stages, so a lot of the stuff I had just haven't like seen a whole lot of. They went through a lot of progression with the Railforged clan, and it certainly ended up in a really good place, I think. But they were like, there was a lot of, they were a lot different back when I played, I guess, so it's like I'm still kind of figuring out Railforged, but certainly I think Wormkin is very good. Anyway, as always, thanks for watching, and until next time, peace.